Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. It is a beautiful day here today in the bonsai garden. Today I'll be repotting my aloe bonsai. It's grown really well this summer, but it's taken a turn for the worse. Also today I'll be painting one of my bonsai display stands and one of my 3D printed pots. And I'm hoping to get time to kind of plant a miniature forest around this kind of ancient ruins. This coming up today in the Bonsai Zone. When I said my aloe bonsai took a turn for the worst, I didn't mean health-wise. I meant the very top of the tree is kind of bent over. Here's a close-up of the top, or the apex of the tree. My bending problem started in spring. When it was in the window in my plant room, it started to grow towards the light. I tried to correct that. I turned it around and it is starting to straighten up here, but it's kind of too late. It's already bent over. The rest of the aloe is doing very well. I've got the main trunk line has a bit of a curve at the base of it. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 branches coming off at the base of the tree. And they're starting to grow aerial roots down from the trunks into the soil. There's a close-up of the aerial roots growing down into the soil. And there's a big root sticking up out of the soil here. I'll rotate the aloe around so you can see all the different views of the base of the tree. So lots of branches and lots of leaves. It's growing really, really well. I've always wondered what happens when you cut the top off of an aloe plant. And my question was answered last week when a viewer named Alex sent me in some pictures of some of the aloes he had cut the top off, and they had grown new branches just below the cut point. I'll show you the pictures that Alex sent in. Before I go cutting the top off my aloe, I've got to ask myself, well, can I straighten it? Not really. It feels like it would break or snap rather than straighten. To create a nice straight and tapered trunk in bonsai, it's quite common to grow a tree straight, cut it off, a new branch will grow, take over as the leader, you let that grow, cut it off, and just keep repeating that process of replacing the leader of the tree, and you do get this kind of wavy shaped trunk. But over time, as this trunk grows and thickens, that wavy kind of trunk thickens up and becomes very straight looking. So you get a nice straight tapered trunk on your bonsai. So I may have to apply a similar technique to my aloe. Cut off the curved part, regrow a new leader, let that grow. If that starts to curve, I'll cut it off again, and so on, until I get a nice, straight, but tapered trunk on the tree. Here's the trunk on my aloe, and I do have branches coming off down here, but the bend starts about here, so I would like to cut it off a little higher up. So probably here. If the top were then to die back, I would still have some branches that it could take over as the new leader. So I'm not too worried about, doing a Hail Mary cut up this high on the aloe. My hope is that new branches will grow just below the cut point. But again, if it dies back, well, I've got these leaders here that I can replace the apex with. Here's a typical aloe. If you don't remove the lower leaves, it gets really heavy up top and flops over. So when I cut the top off my bonsai aloe, I'll stick the cutting in here, and who knows, maybe it'll grow a new tree. This is the first pruning I've ever done to this aloe, so this will be a first here. So here I go, chopping the top off, right here. Done. I'm going to try and root this cutting. All the lower leaves have already been removed on this cutting, so I can just place it in the soil. Bury it kind of up to the top of the woody part. About there, and see what happens. The next step for this aloe will be to get it repotted in a larger bonsai pot. I have this pot. It's a nice kind of yellowish green color. It kind of tones nicely with that color on the leaves here at the base of the leaves. And it's a little bigger in size. So I think it would suit this planting really well. Before I repot it, I'm going to remove as many of these lower leaves as I can to lighten up the tree so it doesn't flop over in the pot. You can pull off these lower leaves. I can show you pulling off one that I've already cut. Like that. But I prefer just to go in and cut them off. And then when the leaf dries up, I can just pull the dried part off the trunk. Here's one with a dried part here. I just grab it and pull it off like that. So I only want to leave maybe 3 or 4 leaves at the tips. The rest I'll cut off. So here I go. Just cutting off these big old ones. This will take a lot of weight off the top of the tree. It'll make it a lot easier to repot. Removing all these leaves will slow the growth down a little bit, but not too much. Sometimes slower growth is a good thing on a bonsai tree. Just a few more to go. This one here, it's rather big. This one. This one. And one more. And I think that'll do. Here's a look at all the leaves I removed from the top of the tree. It's quite a bit of weight I've taken off. It's a beautiful, quiet evening tonight. Got a beautiful sunset happening. But back to the bonsai work. Before I get the tree out of the pot, I've got to mix up some more bonsai soil. I used the last bit up yesterday repotting a succulent. Here's the little succulent I repotted yesterday. I don't even know what kind of plant it is, but after I repotted it, the leaves were quite droopy, but now it's recovered. The roots have kind of taken hold and they're getting moisture back up into the leaves. So yeah, I'll try growing this as a bonsai. I have started more aloe plants in this tall bonsai container. I've got 3 of them as a clump style, so we'll develop those over the years and see how they look. I'll get the price sticker off the pot. This was $3.99 at a secondhand store. I've got window screens cut to put over the holes in the bottom of the pot so the soil doesn't leak out. And now I'll put a base layer of soil in the pot. Here I go. This soil is half perlite and half turfus. The next step will be to get the aloe out of the pot. So I'll take away the rocks that were on top to hold the plant down and try and lift it out. I think I'll have to loosen it up on the sides of the pot first. Oh yeah, it's very tightly packed in here. Alright, let's see if that makes it any easier to get out. There we go. That was easy. The last time I repotted the aloe, I got all the roots in a nice radial pattern. But now look at them, they're just a mat of roots. However, I will try and comb them out if I can. I'll get out the root rake and see what happens. They seem to be combing not too badly. Some of them are breaking off, but a lot of them are remaining intact. I'm raking away the moss too. I don't want to keep moisture around the base of the aloe. I want to keep it nice and dry. I've let this soil dry out quite a bit before I repotted it. I didn't want it wet when I repot. The soil becomes crumbly and it combs out a lot easier. Yeah, so these roots are combing out really nicely. I was a little afraid to comb them out because I thought maybe I'll end up tearing them all away, but they're tough enough. They seem to be combing out really well. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get a nice radial root system on it. That'll help thicken the trunk up and keep the tree healthy for many years to come. I'll flip the tree over and start working on the bottom now. There's my drainage screen that I'll have to get out. There we go. And then I'll start combing the roots out in a nice radial pattern. Always starting from the center and combing outwards. Trying not to tear your roots. This root base is combing out really nicely. It's nice, flat, radial, just how I like them. So I will do some root pruning. I want to balance the roots. Some of these are getting very thick and long, so I'll prune them back. If you do root pruning on a succulent, you want to let the tree stay dry for a week or two before you start watering normally. This gives the roots a chance to callus over so they don't start rotting back to the trunk. Okay, I'm really happy with the root base. I'll get rid of this mess and then we'll start root pruning. If someone told me I'd be root pruning an aloe 10 years ago, I'd probably say they were crazy. But here goes. So I'm going to prune off all the roots growing straight down. Just keeping my radial roots. Here's one I'll prune back. These ones too, they're growing down. This will give me a nice flat radial root base. Getting rid of any roots that are crossing, growing in strange directions. Here's that root that was kind of sticking out of the pot, so I'm going to prune that right back to keep it in the soil, like that. Here's the aerial roots that are growing from the branches down into the soil really nicely. There's another one here. Really nice transition. So just a few more roots to prune here, and I'll be ready to plant. I think that's going to do it. To get my bench nice and clean, I just use this short little broom and just sweep it off. I need to find the front of the tree now, and this isn't going to be easy. It's a very complex plant with all these branches and that. Eventually I'll probably prune these lower branches away to have a single trunk, but for now I'm leaving all the branches on the tree. I'm thinking this is a pretty good front here. It kind of shows the trunk line and the aerial roots, and yeah, I think that'll be the front. So somewhere right in here. I'm going to check the height of the tree in the pot. And it looks like it's at a good height. So next I'll check the position left and right. That actually looks pretty good too. It's the tree's a little asymmetrical. It's kind of over this side. Gives a bit of space here. I think it looks pretty good. So I think I can start filling in the soil. I'll give my roots a final rake out, making sure they're nice and radial. And I'll start filling in the soil. I have those two rocks holding the root base down at the back here to keep the tree balanced in the pot. And they're going to be almost buried in the soil. You'll just see the tops of them sticking out. That looks good. And now I'll work it into the root base. I'm going to use a knitting needle to work the soil into the roots. It's a nice fine tip. If I'm gentle, I won't damage the roots. You can move it around in circles if you want. It's feeling quite firm in the pot now, so I think that's good. I'll just add a little more soil now and level it out. I'll rotate it around so you can see it from all angles. And back to the front. Usually after I repot a tree, I give it a good watering, but not with a succulent like this. I'm going to put it back in the greenhouse where it's humid, but I won't water it for probably a week. My next project for this video will be this rather unusual display stand. It's just a kid's toy table, and I'm going to paint it up to look like maybe a stone or cement display stand. This stand has kind of an unusual pattern on the top of it. There's a butterfly. I think it used to have some jewels or something in the wings that someone's removed. Yeah. Like I said, it's rather unusual. So there's two ways I can paint this. I can make the stone type raised portions light and kind of dark in the cracks, or I can make the cracks kind of the light color and make the surface raised part a dark color. So usually display stands are kind of muted. They you don't want them to stand out, so they're usually a darker color. So I'm thinking of, making the cracks the lighter color, like there's cement in between the stones, and make the overall color of it quite dark. The tree that I'm intending to show on top of this table is my bird's nest spruce. So when I paint this table, I've got to make sure that the color of it kind of tones with the pot a bit. So something in the dark browns rather than the kind of bluey grays that it is now. It's getting quite dark now, so I'm going to have to continue the painting tomorrow morning. I think if I get the paints out now, the light will just fade away to nothing and I won't be able to see what I'm doing. I'm really happy to get the aloe repotted, but the sun is setting, so I'll have to continue the work on the display stand and my other planting tomorrow in part 2. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.